Background checks may be making a comeback. Senator Johnny Isakson, Republican of Georgia, has signaled that he may be open to compromise. This is, of course, in regards to the Manchin-Toomey bill. We'll get into more specifics about that in a second. Now, Harry Reid said there's now more votes in favor of the bill than there was before when it failed, and they may bring it up again later this month. Senator Jeff Flake, Republican of Arizona, he's now on the fences, and it looks like he's leaning towards he would vote for it if it came up again. I love his excuse, too. Quote, "What about background checks for online sales between family members? I can't vote for it unless we strike that down." That's the biggest bullshit line I've ever heard in my life. So for those of you who don't know, the Manchin-Toomey bill, all it does is it says we need to do gun background checks for people who buy guns at gun shows, because there's this tremendous gun show loophole where they don't have to do background checks. And a suspected terrorist can walk in there and buy a gun, paranoid schizophrenic, bipolar disorder, former 3-time felon. You could just waltz in and buy a gun, no problem, no questions asked, right? So all it does is close the gun show loophole and close the online sale loophole where now everybody needs a background check even if you buy online, right? And there's a big exemption for sales between family members and private sales with friends. Now, I don't think that exemption should be there, neither do the American people, because there's this big problem known as straw man sales, where somebody with a legitimate background will buy guns and then sell them on the black market to criminals and crooks and people who shouldn't have the guns anyway, right? Well, either way, the Republicans said we're not voting for it unless you make an exemption where there's no background checks for private sales. So there was no background checks for private sales in the bill. But do you get what Jeff Flake's excuse is, why he didn't vote for the bill the first time? He said, oh, no, I totally would have voted for it. The only reason I didn't vote for it is because I wasn't sure if gun sales between family members online was exempt from a background check or not. Okay, first of all, who has ever done that in the history of the country? Yeah, cousin Terry down the street, he wants my 22 rifle, so I told him to go on Amazon and buy it for me and I'll ship it to him. No, dude, it's the biggest bullshit excuse in the world. Now, why is it the biggest bullshit excuse, and why is he saying that? Do you understand the wrath that was brought down upon Jeff Flake when he voted against the background checks? Do you understand the wrath that was bestowed upon all of the sellout Democrats who voted against background checks? Do you understand how angry people are in the United States of America after that? Look, we said it. When President Obama came out there and gave that speech, I said, wow, that's, maybe I would have been a little bit stronger, but that was as strong as I've seen him. He was scolding the Republicans. He said, shame, shame, this is a bad day, right? Turns out it works. Did you know they opened up a petition on whitehouse.gov that said, hey, 1.4 million people signed it to say we want background checks. That's the largest petition ever on whitehouse.gov. 91% of the American people were for it. If you put your middle finger up to 91% of the American people, there's going to be some backlash. So that's why Jeff Flake all of a sudden, yeah, no, it was at the online sales and between the family members. That's why after we get that out of there, I'll totally vote for it. I'll totally vote for it. Please just don't kick me out of office because I fucked up. I swear I'll vote for it this time. I promise. What's the political lesson to take away from this? Because that's the importance of this story. And the lesson is that we need to crack the whip. All the American people did, all President Barack Obama did, all the progressives did, was say, you fall in line, bitch. It's your job to represent the United States of America, the people of the United States of America. It's not your job to represent the NRA. It's not your job to represent the gun manufacturers who have a tremendous conflict of interest, and obviously you're going to want to sell as many guns as possible, regardless of the consequences. So you do your goddamn job and you do it right, or we're going to vote your ass out. They're scared.